All right, so now the next thing we're going to take a look at is what are prime numbers. And now this is going to be a short one. It's something very quick here. But a prime number is a number which has factors of only 1 and itself. Okay, so the number only has two factors, 1 and itself. Okay, so it's a number that can be divided only by 1 and only by itself. Okay, so it's only going to have the two factors. Now you'll notice these ones up here, okay, we had a whole bunch. So 24 has 8 factors, 132 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 factors. Okay, so they have a lot of factors. A prime number only has factors of 1 in itself, so it has two factors. Now 1 is in fact not a prime number, okay, even though it technically is only divisible by 1 and itself, which is 1, but that means it only has one factor, that's it. It doesn't have two, so we're not going to use 1 as a prime number, even though you may have heard that in the past. That was something that I only learned a couple years back as well. And so it's something that we keep on learning, we keep on growing in our math skills. Not everybody maybe understands that 100%. But let's take a look at what are some prime numbers. Well, 1 is not one, but the first one is 2. Okay, 2 is a prime number. It's only divisible by 1 and itself. Now, the little key about 2, as it's the only even prime. 2 is the only even prime. Okay, and this is because every other prime number or every other even number is divisible by 2 as well. Okay, so 2 is the only even prime. So the rest of them are all going to be odd, so we can skip over the even ones there. 3 is also prime, as it's only divisible by 1 and 3, okay, not by 2. And again, they have to be divisible by something smaller than themselves, and again, evenly. Now the next one, 4, again, is even, so we're going to skip over that. 5 is prime. 7 is prime. 9 is not prime, as it's divisible by 3. Okay, 11 is prime. 13 is prime. 15 is divisible by 5 and 3, so that one doesn't work. 17 is prime. 19 is prime. Now you notice that we're getting a lot. Okay, there was one single digit one that wasn't, or one single digit odd number that wasn't, one double digit odd number that wasn't, but that's going to change when you get into our 20s here. 21 is not prime because it's divisible by 3 and 7. 23 is prime, okay, because it's not divisible by anything other than 1 and 23. 25 is not prime. 27 is not prime. 29 is, okay, so is 31. 33 and 35 are both divisible by 3 and 5 respectively, but 37 is not divisible. And then we got a couple more here, 41, 43, and 47. And we're going to put little dots there because this keeps going on and on and on. Now notice how we start with numbers that slowly get bigger and then we get really big really fast. Sometimes there's, 2 numbers in a span of 10. Sometimes there's going to be more, like 3 or 4. It all depends on the numbers, and it all depends on if they're divisible by something in particular. So these are all prime numbers. There's more, but we're not going to deal with too many of them that are bigger because there's, again, an infinite number of primes. And so just to put that in there, there is an infinite number of primes. Okay, and again, we don't need to know all of them by heart, but it's important to know at least some of these smaller ones in particular.